Welcome to your FLkey. In this video, I'm going to give an overview of FLkey's features. For more in-depth explanations of each feature, please take a look at the other videos in this series after watching this one. A couple things to note in this project. I have record countdown on, line quantize on, and I've locked the sequence at 16 steps. FLkey features 8 pots and 16 velocity-sensitive pads. FLkey 49 and 61 also feature vertical faders and additional buttons beneath the faders. Right now, I have my pads in channel rack mode. I can audition the sounds in my channel rack by tapping the pads. I can also play the selected sound chromatically on the keyboard. Let's use sequencer mode to create a beat. I'm going to start with a kick. Hold Shift and tap the pad labeled sequencer to enter sequencer mode. I can add steps by tapping the pads, and we can see the changes reflected in FL Studio. To delete a step, simply tap the pad again. We can use the page left and right buttons to navigate to the next 16 steps in our pattern. For this demonstration, I have the step sequencer locked to 16 steps, so the pattern will loop every 16 steps. But you can make your patterns as long or as short as you'd like. When we hit the play button, we can hear the kick drum. Use the channel rack down button to go to the next sound. Let's go down again and add some closed hi-hats. They sound a little rigid, so let's add some velocity to the steps. Press and hold a step till it changes color. Then tap any additional steps you'd like to edit. To exit this mode, tap any selected pads again. Let's add a clap in the next channel. Now a shaker. We can quick edit a step by tapping a pad and quickly turning the pot. Now we'll add a snare and quick edit the pitch of one of the steps. There are more parameters besides pitch and velocity that you can edit, so be sure to play around with the pots in sequencer mode. Next, let's explore the pad's instrument mode. I have an FPC loaded into this channel. Hold Shift and hit the pad labeled Instrument. The pads will reflect the drums in FPC. Let's use the note repeat mode to add some percussion with FPC. Press the note repeat button to turn note repeat on. To change the timing of the repeats, hold Shift and tap note repeat. Now the keys on the left end of the keyboard will activate, and will change the timing of the repeats. The pads are pressure sensitive, so the loudness of the repeats will change depending on how hard or soft we press the pads. Let's record this into our sequencer. Hit record and then play the pads. Hit record again to stop recording. Instrument mode will also allow us to play the slices in SliceX, which I have loaded on this channel. I'm going to hit play, then audition playing the slices. Instrument mode also works with Fruity Slicer. Just like SliceX, I can play the slices with the pads. Let's record this into the sequence. I have a Rhodes loaded into the next channel. Instrument mode acts like a chromatic keyboard with this plugin, or a scaled keyboard if we have scale mode on. Let's turn scale mode on and pick a scale to play. Hold Shift and tap Scale to select your scale. Tap the key of the root note you want the scale to be in. The pink pads change the scale for minor, major, pentatonic, and many more. I'm going to select A minor. Tap the scale button again to confirm our selection. Now every key that we play will be in A minor. We can take this a step further and use the pads to play full chords by using scale chord mode. Hold Shift and tap the pad labeled Scale Chord. Now the pads play full chords in A minor. Let's record this in. My playing was a little messy. That's okay though, because we can hit the quantize button and put everything back on the grid. Now it's time for a bass line. There's a lot of elements going on in this track, so I think it's time to use FLkey's mixing capabilities to get our sound levels right. I'm going to hold Shift and tap the button under the faders called Mixer Volume. The mixer left and right buttons will bank to the next 8 mixer lanes. That sounds a little better, but our bass line is still pretty static. Let's use the Pots plugin mode to add some automation to the bass line. Hold Shift and tap the pad labeled Plugin. Now the pots are controlling the parameters on the synthesizer. Press record while twisting the pots to record the automation into the pattern. We can easily duplicate and create new patterns from FLkey by using the pad's pattern mode. Right now we only have one pattern, so only one pad is lit. We can hold Shift and tap Clone to duplicate this pattern. Now another pad is lit, and we can easily switch patterns by tapping the pads. Now that I've explained FLkey's features when using FL Studio, feel free to explore the rest of FLkey's Easy Start videos for more.